Hi there. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you. This is going to be a monthly forecast for the month of July for the sign of Aries. If you have Aries in your chart, maybe you just vibe with Aries, maybe you're a cross watcher, whatever the case may be, this reading might resonate for you, okay? As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, that's okay. Don't make it fit. All right, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do that through email or form submission on my website. My goodness, Aries cards are flying. Okay, we are really going in. We're going to be doing a Celtic cross for you just to get a general look at your entire month, what's going on, what's blocking you, what's coming in for you, etc., etc. All right, let's see. What is going on for you, Aries? The way I'm hearing this, actually, my guides are giving to me, is the jumping off point. There might be something in July for you, Aries, where you're kind of jumping off or like getting something started, like a new endeavor or it's an interesting energy. Like for some of you, it's going to be a new business. I'm hearing it's like something about you're taking a leap. Like you, it's almost like I feel like you have a plan, but you've been procrastinating a little bit. I'm hearing is the word. And now I feel like July is really your moment to leap. So let's dive in. Let's talk about it. You start right off the bat with the King of Swords in your current energies. So this I do feel like this does kind of check for me, right? Because if we're talking about jumping off, if we're talking about making a plan, if we're talking about, going out and doing something, the King of Swords is the planner. He is the strategizer. He is the one that, think itinerary. The King of Swords, excuse me, is always like I always relate him to like a lawyer. He's very in control, and it feels like a lot of you are using this to your advantage. You're in a place of planning, you're in a place of just general, okay, that's a funny word to come through. My guy just told me general merriment. Interesting. You may just be having fun with it right now. Like maybe it's, the early planning stages of business or whatever this is for you are fun. It's where your imagination is going wild and you're sort of plucking out of the air what you want to do. Like, what do you feel like? What do you want to grab? And putting it all together in the mixing bowl. Your crossing card is the Wheel of Fortune, which is absolutely fabulous. The cross is either a help or a hindrance. Babe, this is a huge help. Wheel of Fortune is divine intervention. It is your guides coming in to lend you a hand here. It really does feel like you're getting a, this is so funny. Some of you have guides that are very funny, because this is not my guide talking to me. I know who my guide is, and this is not them. A gentle push off of a cliff. That's how I'm getting it, okay? Which I think is very funny. I feel like some of you, I'm hearing also you've been biding your time for like long enough. And now it's really, July is going to be spicy for you, Aries. I feel like you're really kind of, it's almost, I want to say full send, full send. Yeah, Seven of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Four of Wands. Something that I think is interesting here is it does feel like you are keeping this a little bit of a secret. I do feel like you are playing a little bit, mum is the word I just heard, like being a little tight-lipped with this. And I almost want to say it's a good thing. I feel like, who is... I really, if this is your guide, if you know your guide and this is them, please let me know in the comments, because this is very comical. They are looking to shock and delight everyone. That's a very interesting way to say that. It feels like whatever you're doing here is going to come as a surprise for a lot of people, but I almost feel like it's a good thing. You've got the Six of Cups here. Maybe you've been planning this since childhood. This has been like a childhood endeavor. Nine of Cups. It's going to make you immensely happy, but it feels like with the challenge of Six of Cups and Nine of Cups, I would say also be very aware that, how do I say that? Not everyone is going to have the warmest reception for you. And I feel like that's something that you're a little worried about right now. And I'm going to just be very blunt and in your face about it. They're not. Some people are not going to like what you're doing. That's not your responsibility. Okay. Your responsibility in this manner is to live your truth and to go out and take that jump and do it and just be so authentically yourself and your own person. You are not responsible for the version of you that exists in someone else's head. So if some people see you, let's say, I don't know, the jump off is face tattoos. You know, if some people see you and they're like, oh my God, wow, that's so unprofessional. That's so this, that's so that. Okay, then they're not for you. Excuse me, the burp is confirmation for you. I call them confirmation burps. You know, this is just really a moment of, I feel like you are ready for it, but I feel like I need to prep, like I'm gonna preface it a little bit for you of like, yeah, some people ain't gonna like it, but also like it's a tough shit moment for them. You know, in your headspace, you have the Five of Swords. I'd be very careful, Aries, in this month of, the way my guides are giving this to me is conceding. Be very careful about conceding and giving in. I do not feel like this is a month for giving in to other people's demands. Like I just said, this is about you living authentically, and this is about you doing what's best for you. And you just have to understand that not everyone is going to feel the same as you do. I don't know how else to put that for you. But also, it's not your responsibility. I feel like some of you guys, like, there's a little bit of self-sabotage here of, like, trying to get people to understand. Sometimes they're just not going to. Yeah, Ace of Swords in the reverse. I feel like also some people, this is very specific for someone. There's some fake fans around. That's what I call them, fake fans. There's some people that root for you to your face, but behind closed doors, they don't. And this is going to really, whatever you're doing, Aries, it's going to flush them out. Literally, the Star in reverse, the Ace of Swords in the reverse, and then the Two of Wands. This is really, whatever you're doing, I don't know if some of you are, this is really specific. It just keeps coming through, so I'm going to say it. Some of you might be transitioning. You know, there might be like some... like gender transitioning going on for some of you, or moving outside the box here. And it feels like you have some fake fans that are going to, it's going to flush them out is the best way I could say it. You know, it really does feel like with the Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Star in reverse, there is no hailing these people. I feel like you just have to accept that they are not going to follow you into this next phase of your life. Okay. With that Two of Wands, I feel like this is also a reminder to not stop just because some people don't love what you're doing or don't love what you're about to do. And this goes for business too, right? This is not just personal life. Let's say, you know, back in the day, I used to be a hairdresser, and at one point I was studying to be a nail tech as well. I took clients for nails for like 6 months. A lot of people didn't like that. I didn't really care. A lot of people said to me like, well, Brian, nobody likes male nail techs. Nobody's going to want to see a male nail tech. That's a you opinion. That has no sway over whether or not I'm actually going to do the nails. Do you know what I mean? Like with them wanting me to give that example, what you need to understand here is someone else's opinion does not dictate whether or not you can become a nail tech, change your gender, explore your sexuality, change your job, move house. These are things that people cannot tell you what you can and cannot do. Okay, I always tell, just a minor disclaimer, if you're out there playing Jack the Ripper, that's a problem. People can tell you what to do at that point, okay? But when we're talking about personal choices that don't harm other people, you can't really tell someone what to do, okay? And I feel like that's the energy that you need to, you know, embody here. You want to shave your head? Do it. You want to color your hair? Do it. You want to get 8 new piercings? Do it. There is no People don't get to dictate that for you, okay? Because in your physical world, you got the Two of Pentacles. Babe, whatever this is going to keep you busy. I don't know if this, like I said, this feels like a new job for some of you, or like, I almost want to say entrepreneurial work for some of you. Like, you might be opening a business. And I feel like with this Two of Pentacles, you're going to be busier than you think. I feel like this is a really good thing. Like, this does not feel bad. This does not feel hindersome to me. This feels really positive. Yeah, the Magician. Page of Pentacles. I'm telling you. I don't know, Aries. I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing, people want it. Okay? With the Magician, the Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles, get out of your own fucking head here. Okay? Whatever you are doing, whether you're creating, providing a service, I don't know. But whatever you are doing is really positive here. And people are going to want it. They are going to want a piece of you, Aries, in July. Okay? This is going to be a very highly, I almost want to say highly contested month for you. Like, people are going to be biting for your attention. Oh my God, Aries, come over here. Oh my God, Aries, come with me here. Aries, come set up shop at my garage. Like, I don't know, but people are gonna want a piece of it. With that Five of Pentacles, you gotta stop telling yourself that it's all for nothing. Okay, this is a very, very successful endeavor that I feel like you are going out on, and you need to understand that. Okay, this is going to work very heavily in your favor, but you got to get out of your own way first, right? This is a moment where you're gatekeeping yourself from success here. Okay. I cannot state it enough how good this looks for me. Okay. Like, from my vantage, from my perspective here, in your energy, in your cards, this looks hella positive and very good. Okay. Don't lose sight of that. In your past here, you have Justice. So I do feel like there's almost like a karmic reward is what I want to say here. I feel like for some of you, there's been a lot of unfairness in your life. There's been like a lot of this feeling of nothing ever working out for me, or things not happening the way I want them to, and just a general sense of why is it not working for me. And I feel like you're almost getting like, I want to call it karmic back pay is really what I want to call it here. You know, you're getting that karma from all those years of unjust treatment now. Okay, it's coming in for you really heavily. Can you give me a little more, please? King of Cups. We love this. Two of Swords. And the Fool. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are stepping into like an energy of like emotional mastery is what I want to call this. I might even title the video that. Emotional mastery is how this month is coming across for you, Aries. I feel like with this King of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Fool, you're becoming very aware of your triggers. You're becoming very aware of what's keeping you stuck, what is stopping you, especially from the past here. You know, I feel like for some of you, there's been this tendency to, copy, paste your past experiences onto the present, and that was doing you a disservice by doing that. And I feel like a lot of you now are like, okay, if I want to stop that, what do I have to do? How can I go about that? And I feel like this is a really, again, I cannot understate it enough for you, Aries. It's a really positive shift. It's a really good place to be at, you know, looking at the past, looking at what stopped you in the past and seeing how you can heal it and how you can move forward with it now is huge. It's a crazy good move to be making. Okay? I cannot state that enough. You need to understand yourself better by looking at triggers from the past and figuring out how to work with them now. Because remember, past you is going to handle a trigger very different from present you. You've done a lot of work. You've healed. Years have passed. Okay? Always try to remember that when you have a past trigger come up, you are reacting as your present self. So, for instance, if this were me I'm talking about, if I have a trigger that hits me today, you know, I'm going to ask myself, wait, how would past Brian have reacted to this? Oh, not well? Okay, that's not how present Brian is going to react to this. Keep in mind, you learned from the past, and it brought you to where you are now. All right? In your near future, you have the Hermit. So I do feel like what is interesting here is this doesn't feel like reclusion, which is normally a hermit energy for me. It feels almost like I want to call you a one woman show. Keep in mind, obviously, gender and energy, one man show, woman show, one they show. It's all, you know, um, gender and energy have no place. We can all be kings and queens. Everyone is, energy is fluid. So is gender, you know. So with this hermit here, I want to say that you're, I don't know if you have a business partner, or like maybe if you do have a business partner here, it's kind of like a split. Like someone's behind the scenes and someone's the face of the business. And I feel like you're almost the face here. I feel like if you do have a business partner, you're the face. But if you don't have a business partner, then it's a one woman show, one man show, one them show. Yeah, the lovers. Some of you, maybe it's a partner. Eight of Swords. Ooh, that was fast. Thank you. Queen of Swords. Maybe this is a partner for you guys. Some of you. Queen of Swords, King of Swords. That's a divine pair. Because you have the King of Swords in your first energy. For some of you, the partnership here is, regardless of whether or not it's romantic, for some of you it is, for others of you it isn't, the partnership here is a soul contract. Okay, so when we talk about soul contracts, soulmates, I always tell my clients, soulmates, soul contracts, soul family, soul connection, these are all the same thing, but a different reader is going to call them all different, right? They're all the same. They're a contract that you have with someone that is to fulfill and play out in this life, okay? For a lot of you, whoever the business partner is for you here, or the romantic partner is, it's a soul connection. It's a soul contract. It's a soulmate. And it feels like with that Eight of Swords, for those of you that are in business with a partner, it may get a little tricky. Okay, mixing business and pleasure can be a little, especially even if it is a partner, it can get a little messy. So keep that in mind. Six of Cups, bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. Give me one more for this, please. Seven of Wands. Yeah, tread carefully here, babe. Whoever I'm talking to, that your business partner is also your romantic partner, tread carefully. Make sure the way I'm seeing it is like paperwork, contracts, and lawyers and all this stuff. Make sure everything is like very detailed if we are to separate what happens to the business, who gets what's next. You know, make sure it is all very amenable between the two of you, but also, having that third party, that lawyer, that accountant, whatever these outside parties are that you will get involved to help you out is going to save you a lot of time, okay? Because how you're viewing yourself is the Nine of Pentacles. I do feel like for a lot of you guys, I almost feel like you, how do I say that? You feel like you don't need the business partner. But I feel like in some regards you do. There's like a lesson to be learned here, Aries. Like there's some hyper independence that's coming back to haunt you a little bit. I'm going to tell you to tread with caution here. Yeah, be very careful of acting impulsively in this regard. Okay. It feels like, yeah. And for those of you that aren't owning a business, this is just work related as well. Like, Three of Pentacles with the Tower and the Ten of Swords. Don't end things impulsively. Think it through. Okay, this feels like for a lot of you guys, there may be a tendency here to be like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm over you. I'm going to destroy it all. Sometimes destroying what we've built can be very fun. You know, you destroy a sandcastle. You destroy, when I was younger, I used to play with, oh my God, what were those things? Lincoln Logs. You know, things can be fun to build and then destroy. Not this, babe. Okay? I'm going to tell you to tread with caution very heavily right now. Okay? Do not just demolish something at the first sign of distaste for it. Okay? Let it play out, see where it takes you, and see what you're meant to learn here. Because I do feel like with your supporting energy being the Seven of Swords, Aries, you gotta be careful here. I'm gonna be real with you guys, because you know I will. You're coming across a little shady right now. You're coming across like you're doing some backhanded dealings right now, and that's not how you want to look. Okay, you want to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward in this, even if it's destined to liquidate, even if you're destined to split with this person. I just feel like you're being cautioned as to just be in your right mind a little bit more right now, okay? Can I get one on this? One or two, please? Yeah, Four of Pentacles, babe. Just keep to yourself a little bit here, okay? I would not be telling people things. I would not be the Sun. Yeah, in time, whatever is meant to come out will come out. Let's say that, okay? In time, you can come out with your story. You can say what you need to say. But as of right now, while you're in it, while you're embroiled in it, remain quiet, okay? It feels like a lot of you are being cautioned to, like I said, I think I said this to you earlier, zip your lips a little bit, or continue to zip your lips here, because this has to play out. There's something you're meant to learn here, whether that is like just sometimes we get business partners and we go through it, and same thing for romantic partners, just partners in general, and we have a whole road that we walk with them to get to the other side and realize, oh wait, this wasn't actually for me, okay? That's okay for you, Aries, but you don't want to, my guides are being really blunt about this, you don't want to shit where you eat, okay? Be careful with that. Your hope is the Four of Wands, which I think is interesting here. So it almost feels like on one, yeah, world on the bottom, on one, Aries, on one end here, you're ready to run, and then on the other hand, you're not. It's a weird energy. It feels like you've got 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out of the door. Six of Pentacles. I feel like for some of you, there may need to be a conversation had here of like with the business partner or the romantic partner, whoever this is for you. Maybe it's a boss. If you're at a job, you're not a business owner. Of like, yeah, Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands, like something has to change here. There's a little bit more like compromise that has to happen, and a little bit more of like getting on the same page. Yeah, Ace of Wands. I feel like for those of you that are dealing with, I'm just going to generalize this because it kind of applies to all of us, regardless if it's a business partner, a boss, whatever it is for you. Whoever you guys are dealing with, they're equally as passionate as you. I'm not lying to you. Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands. You may think I'm crazy. I'm hearing it because you guys are like, yeah, okay. They are equally as passionate as you. It's showing up here in the cards. I'm not going to lie to you. But you guys are struggling to find common ground here, okay? Knight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. One of you needs to broach the other. One of you needs to open up some sort of communication way here so that you can discuss it, so that you can come to some sort of agreement, common ground here. And if you can't, then you have your answer. You know, I do feel like some of you are kind of anticipating in July that this may not last. You know, I almost want to say with the High Priestess and the Ten of Swords here, I almost want to say like cordial until I can't be is almost how you guys are going into this, which I think is fine. If you can't meet eye to eye, the least you guys can do is be cordial. The least you can do is be respectful to one another, you know? So that's kind of like how this is feeling to me. Like, just kind of, you may intuitively know it's destined for an ending, and that's okay, but you still, like I said, you still have to play it out. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. I think for those of you that are in partnerships, you know that it's going to end in the loss of the partnership, but I also feel like, yeah, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Nine of Swords. I'm telling you, a lot of you are really anxious about this, but I feel like opening up the communication will help you a lot. You know, communicating and seeing whether or not you and this person can hold to the communication and to the agreement and to the compromise or whatever will show you whether or not whether or not this will last, but how long it can last, how long you can keep it up. You know, it does feel like I said, there is an equal amount of passion here between the both of you. I don't feel like your business partner lacks passion, but I just don't feel like you guys are seeing eye to eye really right now. And like I said, for those of you that this is a boss, it's the same thing. You're just not seeing eye to eye. but let's get you an oracle card. I'm just cleaning up my cards really quick because I always stress myself out when I don't clean up, because then I'm like, oh my god, I'm so messy. I have cards strewn all over the place, so I'm just trying to be a little bit more proactive with it myself. But okay, this is the Angelarium. This is my favorite oracle deck. We will be using it for you, Aries, but let's see. Can I get an Aries? A card for Aries in July. Just a piece of advice. How do we want to end this reading? Let's see what the tea is. What do you got for Aries, please? Aries. What? They're playing an old song for me. Airplanes? I'm pretty sure it's Paramore. No, is it? I'm a fake fan right now, guys. I'm so sorry. I think it's Paramore. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? I want to say it's Paramore, but I could be very wrong here. This is so funny because we literally talked about this earlier in the reading, and you're going to see why. Your advice is Asbiel, Angel of Ruin. This is, I'm laughing on the inside a little bit, and you'll see why. Let's get this. Asbiel, Angel of Ruin. It is number 37 for those of us that are into numerology. Okay. Revealing this card is a sign that it's time to let something go. Failure to allow things to come to a clean end will force them to remain in a state of disrepair. When you are finally forced to acknowledge the end, you will have wished that you'd acknowledged your loss sooner. A door to the healing process is open if you have the courage to walk through it. Okay, Aries, like I said, have your conversation, get your feelings out there, say your piece, and then let the cards fall as they will, all right? Aries, I will leave that there for you. That is your monthly forecast. All right, July's looking scrumptious for you guys, and pretty dramatic if I'm being honest. If this reading resonates with you, if my reading style resonates with you, do consider liking and subscribing. We are on the road to 100 subscribers, which is fabulous. If you would like to interact with me on a live basis, I do go live on Twitch 3 days a week. Wednesday and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, as well as Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. EST. We do collective readings. We do personal readings on there. So yeah, I hope to see you on Twitch one of these days, Aries, but if not, it's totally okay. I will catch you in the next video. Bye, everyone!